students, welcome back to Tutorati. Today we'll be doing a chapter called Glimpses of India. Alright students, so what do we mean by the word glimpses? Means ek jhalak. Alright, so today we'll be learning about three places. Alright, the first part is a baker from Goa. As we all know that Goa is the favorite holiday destination of most of the Indians, okay. So today we'll just have a look, ek jhalak dekhenge about Goa's history and Goa's culture. Alright, so the name of the chapter, the first part is A Baker from Goa, written by Lucio Rodriguez. Okay, so we all know students who are bakers, people who bake. अब बेक तो हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. सो विच टाइप ऑफ बेकर्स आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट? वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बेकर्स ऑफ ब्रेड्स. ओके, गोवा के कल्चर में पहले ब्रेड्स बहुत ज़्यादा फेमस थे. एज वी ऑल नो दैट गोवा वॉज रूल्ड बाय द पोर्चुगीज. ओके, सो देयर स्टेपल क्विजीन वॉज ब्रेड. Okay, they ate lots of breads and till today गोवा आप जाओगे तो bread is the staple food. All right, we'll just see how a baker in Goa is still given the same importance as in the day of the Portuguese. Okay students, let's start. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. So when Goa was under the Portuguese rule, they ate a lot of bread. Now that Goa is free from the Portuguese, those people may have vanished, but the bread makers जो bread बनाते हैं, they are still there. वो रह गए हैं उनके culture में. Okay. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders and those who bake the loaves. Okay, the mixer of the dough, the mold, how they mold the dough into the shapes, and those who finally bake the loaves of bread. Those age-old time-tested furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. So this paragraph tells us that आज भी गोवा के लोग bread बहुत ज़्यादा खरीदते हैं. Alright, otherwise ये सब बंद हो गया होता ना. Okay, so आज भी बहुत सारे लोग खरीदते हैं. They still like the Portuguese cuisine, which is bread. The thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo, heralding his arrival in the morning. Heralding means, अब हम सबको पता है ना, whenever these people, the hawkers and the peddlers who come, जो साइकिल या फिर हैंड कार्ट्स में कुछ बेचने को आते हैं, do they just come and go around the society just like this? नहीं ना. How are we supposed to know that वो कुछ बेचने को आया है? They always call out. Okay, either they call out whatever they have brought or they call out the price, which is very exciting. That is how people come to know. Okay, so same with this baker, he heralds his arrival. Heralding means he calls out loudly. His arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as pader in Goa. Okay, जो old Portuguese days में bakers को peders बोलते थे. Now what we call them is peddlers. Okay, who peddle and who come on cycles or carts to sell things. So they are called peders in Goa. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. Once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. So this story is actually written from the perspective of a child. Okay, उस child के लिए the baker used to be their friend, their companion, their guide. Probably when they would be playing outside, they would meet the baker so many times a day. And उनके घर के सामने बेकर कितनी बार आते थे? 2 बार. Once in the morning to sell the bread, and second time when he used to return to his house after emptying his huge basket of bread. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? Was it the love for the loaf? Not at all. The loaves were brought by some Pasquin or Bastine, the maidservant of the house. So now it's a very interesting thing students. The narrator says that हम बेकर के आने से उठ जाते थे, बट वॉज इट फॉर द लव ऑफ द लोफ ऑफ द ब्रेड? क्या हम ब्रेड के लिए उठते थे? ही सेज नॉट एट ऑल. ब्रेड कौन खरीदता था? द मेड सर्वेंट ऑफ द हाउस. फिर वो नरेटर को इतनी एक्साइटमेंट किस बात की है? लेट्स सी. What we longed for was those bread bangles, which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of the special make. So narrator को और उसके friends को bread में कोई interest नहीं था. Which child would be interested in bread? उनको किस चीज़ में इंटरेस्ट था? These types of bread bangles. या फिर कभी कभी वो baker sweet bread लेके आता था and the students would love that. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. So all these hawkers and peddlers, they have some instrument, or they do something to call out the people. Okay, a few of them only shout, a few of them ring the bell of the cycle, some people just take a stick and knock on the handle of the cycle just to make a sound. तो ये पेडर क्या करता था? He used to take a bamboo stick and bang it on the ground. Okay, for that sound everyone used to wake up and they used to know that it is the peddler. He would greet the lady of the house with a good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. Okay, so जब baker आता था, the narrator says that हम kids बहुत excited हो जाते थे. See, he says we kids. We know that the narrator is a kid here. He says that हम सबको ऐसा, हमारे पापा मम्मी दादा दादी whoever, वो he used to push aside with a mild rebuke. Rebuke means किसी को डांटना. Okay, क्यों डांट पड़ती थी? Because while the baker was delivering the bread, at that time वो लोग बीच में आते थे and that is why घर के जो elders थे वो बोलते थे कि तुम्हारा यहाँ पे कुछ काम नहीं है, you move aside. Alright, so अब उनको इंटरेस्ट ब्रेड में था ही नहीं. They would be interested in those bread rings and the sweet bread, but elders उनको डांट के साइड में हटा देते थे. So let's see, अब बच्चे मानने वाले तो है नहीं, उनको डांट के साइड में हटा देने पे they would find some way to reach the baker. Let's see what they used to do. But we would not give up, alright? We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Fragrance means the sweet smell of those loaves. Loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Okay, the elders would be interested in the loaves of bread like this, and as I told you, the kids of the house would be interested in the sweet bread or those rings, those bread bangles. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? Okay, so now these kids are saying that वो bread bangles जब elders ने हमारे लिए घर पे लेके आए, the peddler has already delivered it, उसके बाद उनको ये इतना भी करने का मन नहीं करता था that they would go and brush their teeth, wash their faces, okay, be clean in the morning. उतना भी उनको नहीं करना था. They were so excited for those bread bangles, and then they gave a very nice reasoning for it and they say then why should we? Okay, who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? Okay, उस टाइम पे brushes नहीं थे. आप जो toothbrush use करते हो वो brushes नहीं थे. Okay, they used to take mango leaves or neem twigs and brush their teeth. Okay, तो उनको उतना भी नहीं करना था. They were so excited. And why was it necessary at all? So what are they talking about? Why was brushing the teeth necessary at all? The tiger never brushes his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. So the reasoning the narrator gives is कि tigers अपना teeth कभी brush नहीं करते, तो हम क्यों करें? Alright, हम गरम चाय पी लेंगे या गरम पानी पी लेंगे. As we know, hot water or hot milk or hot tea could clean anything. So it will clean our mouth very nicely. So why do we need to brush our teeth? Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. Alright, so in Goa, all marriages, functions, festivals, all rituals, they lose charm without this bread. Alright, वो gifts में होता है, जो food serve किया जाता है उसमें bread होता है. Okay, so then the narrator says not enough can be said, means वो जितना भी बोले उस bread के बारे में कि वो कितना important है वो कम ही रहेगा. Means it is so very important for villages in Goa. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinars are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Alright, so now the narrator says that हमारे festivals में या फिर किसी लड़की की engagement होती है, the mother is supposed to prepare sandwiches, cakes and bolinas. Bolinas are a type of sweet dish that are prepared during Christmas. Christmas, as we all know, is the main festival of Goa. So cakes and bolinas तो must थे, वो compulsory था prepare करना. So from all this we can understand that the presence of a baker's furnace, furnace means जहाँ पे bake किया जाता है उस bread को, it is absolutely essential. ओके अगर गोवा में बेकर्स नहीं होंगे तो वो विलेज चल ही नहीं सकता बेकर्स के बिना. ओके ब्रेड वहाँ पे इतना ज़्यादा यूज़ होता है. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. Okay, so why does the narrator call this dress a peculiar dress? Peculiar मतलब बहुत अजीब, unusual, very strange kind of dress. Okay, so usually we don't see people selling on cycles, on carts wearing frocks, right? हम नहीं देखते ऐसा बाहर. बट उस टाइम पे गोवा में जो ब्रेड्स बेचने को आते थे, they used to wear a single piece long frock up till the knees. Alright, just like a normal frock, and that dress worn by the peders was known as the kabai. And that is why the narrator calls it very unusual, because normal लोग ऐसे कपड़े नहीं पहनते थे. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. So he now contrasts the pader of that time, of the Portuguese days, to these days bakers. Okay, वो कहता है कि पोर्चुगीज के टाइम पे द बेकर्स यूज्ड टू वेयर कबाई विच वॉज दैट लॉन्ग फ्रॉक, बट उसके बचपन में उसने क्या देखा, बेकर्स वेयरिंग अ शर्ट एंड ट्राउजर्स. अब ट्राउजर्स भी बहुत अजीब तरह के ट्राउजर्स विच वर शॉर्टर दैन फुल लेंथ, मीन्स वो फुल ट्राउजर्स नहीं थे, इट वॉज शॉर्टर दैन फुल लेंथ एंड लॉन्गर दैन हाफ पैंट्स, मीन्स 3/4. ओके, even today anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a pader. Okay, so in today's day, these days 3/4 are very common, children, we all wear it, but the time when the narrator के बचपन के टाइम में 3/4 इतने ट्रेंड में नहीं थे. It was only a baker or a pader who would wear those 3/4. Okay, आजकल तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा कॉमन हो गया है, but in those days anyone who wore a 3/4 pant, means something which is longer than a half pant but shorter than a full length pant, would invite the comment, means सब लोग उस पे comment करते थे that he is dressed like a pader, means he is going out to sell bread. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. ओके, सो क्या किया जाता था इन दोज डेज, मोबाइल का ज़माना तो था नहीं. ओके, दैट वी यूज टू यूज़ ऑल दीज एप्स टू रिकॉर्ड पेमेंट्स एंड रिमाइंडर्स टू व्हेन टू पे द मिल्कमैन, व्हेन टू पे द न्यूज़पेपर वाला और द बेकर और समथिंग लाइक दैट. ऐसा तो था नहीं. सो कैसे रिकॉर्ड किया जाता था? ऑन अ वॉल दे यूज टू राइट इट विथ पेंसिल कि आज हमने कितने लोव्स लिए, कल कितने लोव्स लिए, और पूरे महीने का हिसाब इस तरह से किया जाता था. Okay, and the baker used to come at the end of the month to collect the bill of the whole month. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. Alright, so आजकल हम जो लोग ऐसे cycles पे बेचने के लिए आते हैं, we usually think, we have the perception that they are poor people, right? But in those days, Portuguese days में उस टाइम पे baking was a profession, it was a very highly profitable. ओके, इतने सारे लोग ब्रेड्स खरीदते थे. ओके, डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा था, और किसी भी चीज़ का डिमांड ज़्यादा था, दैट मीन्स द प्राइस वुड ऑल्सो गो अप. इट वॉज वेरी प्रॉफिटेबल, उनको बहुत प्रॉफिट होता था. दैट मीन्स दीज वर नॉट पुअर पीपल. द बेकर एंड हिज फैमिली नेवर स्टार्व्ड. नेवर स्टार्व्ड मीन्स उनको कभी भी खाने पीने की या किसी भी लग्जरी की कमी नहीं होती थी. ओके, दे वर स्टैंडर्ड पीपल. He and his family and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Okay, so baker खुद baker, उसकी family, even baker के जो servants होते थे, जो baker के पास काम करते थे, they also looked very happy and prosperous. So this shows us that baking कितना उस time पे कितना अच्छा profession था, how profitable it was, how important it was for the village. Okay, their plump physique plump physique means plump is हल्का सा fat होना. Alright, their plump physique is the body, was an open testimony. Testimony means was the proof to this. Was a proof to what? किसी का भी हम देखते हैं एक प्लम्प फिजिक है, ऑलराइट, दैट मीन्स उनको खाने पीने की कोई कमी नहीं है, राइट. सो हम बेकर्स को उस टाइम पे बेकर्स को देखो या बेकर्स के सर्वेंट्स को देखो, वो हमेशा थोड़े से फैट होते थे, विच वॉज ओपन टेस्टिमनी, विच वॉज प्रूफ दैट उनको खाने पीने की कोई भी कमी नहीं है. दैट मीन्स दे वर नॉट स्टार्विंग, दे वर नॉट एट ऑल पुअर. Even today, any person with a jackfruit, like jackfruit means it's a big round fruit, okay, which signifies किसी को भी थोड़ा सा मोटा होना, which is jackfruit like physical appearance, is easily compared to a baker. Alright, so वो that child is saying कि आज भी हमारे village में अगर कोई थोड़ा सा is on the heavier side, like a round physique if the person has, उसको baker से compare किया जाता है. Alright, the baker was so very important in the village. Okay, so students, in this part of the story we have seen a glimpse of India. A glimpse of which part of India? The western part of India, which is a village in Goa, and we have seen that how important a profession of baking was in that village. Okay, in the next two parts we will be seeing another two very beautiful places. Alright, in the next lectures we will be looking at it. If you liked this story, if you could understand it, if you could relate it, okay, please put it down in the comment section as to which place you believe is a very important part of India's culture. Okay, it could be your village, it could be any place where you would like to go, and you can say that there is one thing which has been carried out from the olden days. Okay, so there are some things जो ब्रिटिश के ज़माने से या पोर्चुगीज़ के ज़माने से या whatever उस ज़माने से चलते आ रहा है, and that culture is still alive. Alright, so please like, share and subscribe, and thank you.